Alright, today we have another coaster fight, and this one is a good one. Today we are doing Kingda versus Phobia Fair Coaster. These are the only two launch coasters that I've ridden, because I did miss the credit at both Dorney and Hershey Park. Hershey Park has Storm Runner and Dorney Park has Possessed. Hopefully next year I'll go back to Hershey and Dorney to go on those coasters. But anyway, this is a coaster fight between Kingda and Phobia Fair Coaster. You can find Kingda, the world's tallest coaster, located at Six Flags Great Adventure in Jackson, New Jersey. And you can find Phobia Fair Coaster at Lake Compounce in Bristol, Connecticut. So, let's get this countdown started. Let's get this park battle started. First up we have the height. And you gotta give this one to Kingda. It's the world's tallest coaster. So it's definitely getting 10 out of 10. Phobia has 150 feet, so that's why it's going to get 5 out of 10. Next, we have the drop. Kingda, I know it has a rough drop, and Phobia has like a smoother drop, but Kingda spirals on the way down. That's pretty amazing. Yes, Phobia does spiral, but it only spirals half circuit. Kingda spirals full circuit. So that's why I'll be giving Kingda. And next up we have speed. And Kingda will definitely be getting another 10 points for its speed. The max speed is 128 miles per hour. That is the fastest roller coaster I have ever went on. And Kingda is the fastest coaster in North America. Phobia goes 62 miles per hour. That's okay. So that's why it's going to get a half points. And next we have smoothness. Kingda has a very rough drop and a really rough launch. It's not smooth on Kingda. Phobia, I have never felt a rattle before. Phobia is glossy smooth, butter smooth. So that's why Phobia will be taking this one. And next we have inversions. Kingda doesn't have any inversions. Phobia Fair does, and you get plenty of amazing hang time of that slow inversion on top at 150 feet in the air. It's really slow, and you get plenty of amazing hang time. So that's why you're getting 10 out of 10. It's also glossy smooth, inversion. Next up, we have launch. Yes, I know Phobia has a slower launch, but it has a much smoother launch. Kingda has a very rough launch, but Phobia has a very smooth launch. It's really smooth. Like I said, I never felt a rattle on this coaster before. Like, maybe if you sit in the back, it could maybe get like a possible rattle, but I've experienced like multiple rows, and I've never felt a rattle. Maybe people say it could get a rattle in the back, but I have never felt a rattle on this coaster. But the launch on Phobia is smooth. I know it's slower than Kingda, but it's smoother. And you have a triple launch, so you go backwards and forwards, which is the good thing. Next, we have intensity. Kingda is going to win this one for intense because it's a launch coaster, and it goes 128 miles per hour in 3.5 seconds. That's really fast. Yes, both of these could go either way, but I'd say Kingda is the more intenser one because it's the world's tallest coaster and the fastest coaster in North America. And Phobia, Phobia, it's also intense too because you have that inversion, which people say is the most intense element on the coaster, is the inversion at 150 feet in the air. So yeah, I'd say both of those are intense. So they're both getting high scores, but I'd say Kingda is the more intense coaster. Next, we have duration. I did time this. Kingda is 24 seconds and Phobia is 48 seconds. I'm counting Kingda from the launch to the break, and I'm counting Phobia as a triple launch. So a launch up, launch backwards, and launch forward again, and then up when the ride is done, which is 48 seconds long. So Phobia will be getting this one. Like I said, these are really short rides. They're not even a minute long. Kingda Ka is not even a 30 seconds long. Like, it's really short, both of them. Maybe if Kingda Ka went like 70 miles per hour, we'll probably have like 1 minute of duration. Like, but Phobia is the longer one. So yeah. So that's why it's gonna get more points. And both of these are getting low scores because they're not really much long at all. And next we have theming. Um, this one could go either way with theming. Kingda Ka, I am not sure what you're themed to. I believe you're themed to some type of Chinese thing, but the queue line is amazing. The queue line is probably the most beautiful queue line I've ever seen. Period. Because the queue line is like all decked out with leaves and stuff, like trees. Like, it's kind of like a jungle. Um, and they really did a great job. So it's gonna get half credit, but I'd say Phobia is the more themed coaster because in the station, it's like, now get ready to experience your worst fears on Phobia. Like, you hear that voice when you're getting ready to launch. So that's why Phobia will be getting one more point than Kingda Ka. But I'd say both of them don't have really much decent theming, but Phobia is the more themed coaster. Next up, we have restraints. Phobia wins easily on the restraints. Like, Phobia wins automatically on the restraints. Kingda Ka has a over your shoulder restraint, and that what makes this coaster rough, people say, is the over your shoulder restraints. They should probably get softer restraints, like Fahrenheit restraints. Like, they should probably get softer restraints. That will be really comfortable, and it'll be much smoother because I've ridden Fahrenheit, and they're really smooth, comfortable restraints, over your shoulder restraints, or maybe get it lap bars. Because one thing why this coaster is rough, Kingda Ka is rough, is because it doesn't have lap bars. Either bring softer over your shoulder restraints or lap bars to make the ride smoother. Phobia has lap bars. I'm super happy it doesn't have over your shoulder restraints because that'll probably be a pain. Um, but I'm super happy Phobia doesn't have over your shoulders. I'm glad it just has a normal lap bar, like other Premier rides. And Tempesto and Superman Ultimate Flight, I believe those two have over your shoulder restraints. But yeah, so that's why Phobia wins automatically. Next, we have layout. Both of these are kind of like this. Both of these are really short layouts. So I'm gonna give them a tie. Next up, we have a new category. This is pacing. And Kingda Ka is gonna win this one. Because Phobia does slow down during the inversion and the non-inverted loop, while Kingda Ka just slows down and it keeps its speed through the hill. So that's why I'm gonna give Kingda Ka a couple more points. And finally, I believe this is our last category, which is location. And Kingda Ka wins. This is another one that's going to go to Kingda Ka here. Because it's beautiful with trees surrounding it, and it's beautiful. So yeah. So who won this coaster fight? Um, and I believe this is actually supposed to be winning by 2 points. Is Phobia Fair Coaster? Yes, I did make a mistake. I forgot. It's winning by 2 points. I just noticed that winning by 2 points. So just pretend there's winning by 2 points. But Phobia Fair Coaster wins. Congratulations. Phobia is equally smooth. This is probably my favorite launch coaster. Out of the two launch coasters I've ridden, Phobia I think is the better one. I know it's a clone, but it's actually a good clone. So yeah, Phobia wins. So I'd like to hear from you. Do you agree with this coaster fight? Let me know in the comment section below, and also stay tuned for Coast Box. And I'll see you guys later.